stuck. Here we go. Top 8 upcoming. Let's put the bracket up there. All right, so you can see there the players that have made it, and you see Zach Allen on the bottom left playing Jeskai Days Undoing, did advance to the top 8, as we just saw, playing Adam Wasburn Moses, who we saw earlier playing the Depths deck. We've got Piper Powell. Is Piper Powell conceivably number 1 seed again? Let me go ahead and check this out. Yes, indeed. Piper Powell versus Christoph Schlum. Is it Delver Mirror? Quite a weekend for her. We got David Delgado with Doomsday, who we saw this morning, against Joseph Bernal, who's into the top 8. Doomsday versus Is it Delver. And Antonio Zanuto, who we saw also in round 7 with Mono Blue 8 cast against Connor Herbart with Mono Green Cloud Post. Well, that sounds like an interesting one, but we are going to start, I believe, with Adam Wasper Moses and Zach Allen. Naya Depths versus Jeskai Days Undoing. So top 8 is ready to roll. No breaks. If you guys that are watching at home are enjoying yourselves, give us a follow. If you're frustrated with us not having a break because you wanted to go get dinner and then come back, that's tough. We're just going to keep going. So if we have Decklist ready, let's put him back up. Even though we've seen them both already, let's put him up for people that might be just joining. If the players are waiting on us, we can just go to the table. And we're just going to kidnap Julian and not let him go. All right, here we go. So top 8 underway. Julian, you're going to have to work another round.
It's going to be fine. I have to be at work in 8 hours from now. I think it's not going to take that long.
No, I hope not. All right, we'll see Adam Wasburn Moses take a mulligan here, and someone get a message to Honorok Das. Tell him he gets another hour or so break before he comes back on. But Honorok will be here for the semifinals and finals. We got to let Julian go to bed at some point.
That's sweet of you.
Yeah, I know. We try to look out for everybody.
Cool. So what depth players usually tell me, because I've been talking to a lot of them about what's actually the problem for their deck, because the win rates I see are always like really good. And they tell me that all these like either Jeskai or Band decks are a problem because they basically run 8 spot removal spells. And some of them also run Wasteland. Jeskai Days Undoing doesn't run Wasteland, so a little bit easier, I want to say, for Naya Depths. I'm not too sure because, of course, we've seen what the damage that Days Undoing can do, right?
Right. Yeah, we absolutely have. Starting off with a Thespian stage for Adam Wasper Moses, that's not a great turn 1 land.
Basically, any kind of opening where you don't have Mox Diamond, I feel like you're not happy. Like no Mox Diamond, no turn 1 play. You know what this could be? This could be one of those draws where you literally just play 4 lands, make the token, and hope to get there.
Yeah, that's a tough ask against the deck with Swords of Plowshares, but you never know. There's a Wasteland, so no colored mana yet for Adam Wasper Moses. This is the top 8 now, so deck lists are open. So Adam Wasper Moses perhaps foolishly concealing his colors from Zach Allen.
Something that Thomas Menchin told me, Eternal Weekend winner Europe 2017, who also used to be really successful with depth, and I guess still is. And he told me that one thing that a lot of depth players are doing wrong against the 8 spot removal spell matchup is that they are trying to play around too many things. So the way he wants to do it is he wants to make the token as quickly as possible, especially in the first game, and then basically hope to catch them off guard. Because at that point, you really only have to play around Swords to Plowshares, because if you do it end of turn, they can't stop it with Prismatic Ending unless they have Teferi, I guess. And he thinks that this gives him the best win percentage with the deck, and from everything I've heard and seen from him, that seems to be a viable approach. Not something that Adam can really emulate here, considering that he doesn't have Mox Diamond. But maybe that's the idea, at least.
All right, so Zach Allen with another game playing with just basics. Last time, Fear of Price of Progress. This time, Fear of the Wastelands that are on the board.
Does he actually have an answer right now in hand? I mean, he eventually will probably have one, considering the amount of cantrips that he has. I see Prismatic Ending, but I don't see Swords to Plowshares yet.
Well, Prismatic Ending will work with Teferi to help it out.
Oh, that's annoying. Once again, oh man, I think Teferi just got bumped up something like 2 or 3 positions on the most annoying cards.
All right, well, let's see. Zach Allen ponders. What other cards are on your most annoying cards list? I mean, several of them conceivably could be planeswalkers with passive abilities. Those are all a nuisance.
Most of the cards I don't like are banned, so that's why I enjoy Legacy.
Oh well, they're not in Legacy then.
Okay,
All
that's
right.
true. That's true. But yeah,
All
that's a different list then.
Okay, so that was a Thespian stage activation, not on Dark Depths. There's a Dryad Arbor. All right, colored mana. Adam Wasburn Moses is actually playing green.
For now.
Yeah.
So as soon as a Zach actually gets to pass the turn with enough mana for Days Undoing and a white mana, there's even a world where he just like Days Undoings on Adam's turn eventually, while still being able to potentially deal with Mara Large.
Maybe. I mean, we don't have a Narset type effect yet, so we don't get the full whammy of denying the card draw. So it's possible.
That's true. That's true.
But it's not. If Zach's hand is good, then you may just want to sit on it for now. Adam's hand has to be good because he hasn't been able to cast any of his cards yet.
I'm not so sure how good Adam's hand really is. Like the one card that I've seen is Sejiri Steppe, which is not that great when you play it from hand because you're missing the instant speed effect to counter anything ready.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
What is that? I think there's a knight, but we're still very far from ever casting the knight. We need white mana. But I guess we could copy the planes at least. Technically, we could also copy the Dryad Arbor if you want green mana. It looks like we want green mana.
All right, so yep, there you go.
Is this something you would enjoy playing? The Jeskai Days Undoing deck? We've all known you to be the guy who terrorized Legacy with his own version.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I understand you saying that, but I do feel. Oh wow, look at that! Wandering Emperor takes out a tapped Dryad Arbor Thespian stage. I do prefer my control decks to not be spell control decks. I prefer them to be board creature, controlling the board with planeswalkers and with creatures. And this is most definitely a spell control deck. I mean, I guess they're all a bunch of planeswalkers. Maybe I would enjoy it. I'm not sure. I haven't tried playing Legacy Control in quite some time. My baby got banned, and I haven't gone back to it too much.
Okay, here comes the knight. I have no idea how we're actually going to make the mana. I guess we copy the Dryad Arbor. Oh yeah, and we got the fetch land. Okay, sure. No, cool. We got the knight. It's
well, wait. I thought the maybe it was. I thought the Dryad Arbor Thespian stage got exiled. So I guess we copied it twice.
I think the other one did as well.
Oh, maybe one of them is copying the planes. The other one copying the planes potentially.
Probably like copied something earlier on even.
Yeah. All right. So here is Narset finds the Swords of Plowshares. And now the Days Undoing package is available.
But Zach's hand, like you mentioned, it already looks so good, and I'm not even sure what Days Undoing. So, like from Adam's side, you kind of want to make the token, and then that something like Prismatic Ending might come down. So the thing is with the Teferi in play, you can't even crop rotation for the Sejiri Steppe. You're absolutely naked.
No,
like you can make a token, but you have literally no way to protect it as long as Teferi is in play. So you gotta make like some other creatures, like we tried with the knight, and then eventually try to kill Teferi. Oh, this is an absolute nightmare in any kind of way.
Yeah, I feel like you're very optimistically portraying Adam's route to even contending in this game here. Zach Allen is very, very far ahead right now. I know you're trying to explain how Adam could conceivably get back in this, but it's hard to even theorize.
Yeah. Like at this point, Zach is almost like close to having to discard at the end of turn. Like I think he's sitting on 6 or 7 cards with nothing else to do. He's just like, I'm gonna do my Planeswalker thing. I think after this weekend, a lot of people are gonna pick up the stack again.
It looks nice. Wandering Emperor being a flash removal spell / creature generator planeswalker is nice. Nice inclusion. And I believe there's 2 copies in the deck.
Planeswalker Flash that also activates at instant speed. Like, that's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's only instant speed the turn comes to play, but
right.
yeah.
Yeah. I really like the mechanics on the new planeswalkers. Like maybe they'll become frustrating over time and join your top 10 list. But for now, Wandering Emperor having flash and being able to activate right away, and uh, is it Heiko, the ninja planeswalker, being able to protect itself the first turn and not be able to phase out is really cool. Kaito, not Heiko. Sorry. Yes, Kaito.
They certainly got a lot more creative and flexible with them.
Yeah.
I mean, that also gives you more leverage when it comes to wanting to adjust the power level, because all of a sudden all your advantages are going to be more granular. You can have a planeswalker that only does something on the turn or something special on the turn that comes into play. I like that. I know that. Okay, there's doing just ends the game. There.
Yeah. All right. So Adam was supposed to pick up everything except the exile pile and shuffle it back in. Instead, he picks up the exile pile also, and is like, let's just go to another game as Merit Lage got wiped out. And that was that. So really a rough game one for Adam Wasburn Moses. Now we've got some time. Let's go and bring up the deck lists for these two players. Naya Depths here, and the red portion just in the sideboard, as you can see there, the 3 red blasts. Okay, well, we got to do better than we did game one.
Yeah, I guess we start with the jokes, the red blasts. And is that pretty much it? I guess there's a word where you bring in endurances just because there are extra beaters that the opponent has to eventually deal with, but that's already like really only something you do when you get something that you definitely want to side out.
Yeah, and maybe Adam wants to drop the Swords of Plowshares here. Those are the most obvious cuts, I believe. Now he has full information, so let's go ahead and look at Zach Allen's deck and see what Adam is reading about right now. Do you need Swords of Plowshares? I mean, there's a couple of Hullbreachers, which can cause a problem, but I don't necessarily know that I would bother.
Yeah, I think you just ignore that.
Yeah, and you're bringing in Red Blast anyway.
Anything else from this side? Like, yeah, from the Ashes, I'm not too sure, like technically, but it doesn't really excite me, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it gets a lot of lands, I suppose, and with Teferi, I mean, able to do it instant speed is super nice, but it's 4 mana, and it's possible that Adam can get underneath that.
There's also nothing that really looks at me and says, hey, I want to be sided out. Even the dress downs are good.
Yeah, well, that's good because there's nothing here that jumps out at me and says I really want to be sideboarded in either.
Perfect sideboard mapping.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe same 60 for Zach Allen?
Could
Probably
very well
not.
be.
I don't know. I'm sure he'll find some maneuvering to be done here.
Maybe the Spire Pierce can go out.
Yeah, I saw that too. That doesn't seem like a real winner in this matchup. I mean, From the Ashes certainly has potential to do a lot of work.
Yeah, it's basically the 1 card or 2 cards that I would consider bringing in here.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go super next level, you bring in Hydroblast for the red blast that you expect, but that's definitely not something you do.
I mean, there's other things that could, if Zach Allen, who probably knows his deck better than we're speculating on, decides there's other cards he doesn't want, like maybe you could bring in Savine's Reclamation or Surgical just to kind of have it in a longer game, build some advantage in, but that doesn't seem, it's really not necessary, but maybe it's better on the margins than some of the other cards in the deck.
On the other hand, like when I think about the Spire Pierce, I could even see something like a Sylvan Library or a Choke being Spire Pierce.
Yeah, really being able to pick off Choke is that is certainly one way Zach could find himself in trouble. So maybe Spell Pierce does stay in. And again, there's not exactly exciting cards to replace it with. So there you have it. Sideboarding 4 in top 8 of the Nerd Rage Legacy 5K. Thanks for being with us. So, okay, here we are back. Game 2, Adam Wasformosis on the play. Hoping for, well, I mean, colored mana before turn 5. That's already an improvement.
Yeah, I guess. Once again, though, no Mox Diamond start. Like the ideal start you want to have in this matchup, right, is turn 1 Sylvan Library of the Mox Diamond, and then you draw all the cards in the world because, until the moment Zach's gonna start pressuring your life total, that's I think like turn 17 or something. You have a lot of time there. Turn 1 Ponder, nothing exciting here, and I really hope this is gonna be at least a turn 2 Sylvan Library. Because if you don't do anything exciting turn 1, you usually have nothing exciting going on turn 2 in this kind of deck, unless it's literally Sylvan Library.
Okay. No Red Blast in hand. we do have a Zenith, and Zenith is the play.
I guess it's gonna be a Zenith for X equals 1, right? So I guess it would be like something like Sylvan Safekeeper.
That's a possibility. Safekeeper or Reclaimer seem like the most likely. Okay, so we finished fetching there, and then now Zach Allen is debating on the Green Sun Zenith resolution, and it's going to go through. Okay, and you're well, Safekeeper got pulled to the front.
Okay, it's the Reclaimer.
He was bluffing us.
Yeah, the pump fake.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you actually going to do with the Reclaimer? I guess it represents an instant speed way to get Sejiri Steppe even under Teferi, unless you have Teferi, of course, minus to bounce it, but yeah. So that's something. It's also quickly going to become a beta, which, well, at least
it's
it had
out of here.
a beta. I was trying to talk it up all that much, and now it's gone.
Yeah. Well, Island is tapped. Choke would be a way to make progress here. An enchantment, really, like you were saying. Sylvan Library is good. Choke, good. Choke it is.
Right now it's a Stone Rain, but of course it's going to be much better. Yeah, and this is probably worth Force of Winning.
Yeah, Choke.
Like the idea when you let it resolve right is that you have to ferry on the next turn and you bounce it, but that's not happening here.
Yeah. And you can see Zach Allen's remaining land is a Tundra. So yeah, that would be kind of untenable. I remember, and I'm sure you do too, that I think it was called Sylvan Plug, a legacy green control deck for a while with 4 main deck chokes. That was unpleasant to play against for my Miracles deck.
That entire deck existed only because of Miracles.
Yeah, well,
was like, you want to be like as mean as possible to Miracles.
It was still not unbeatable, but certainly, I mean, it felt like every single game was Sylvan Library followed by choke.
Okay, and now here we go. Olerada has entered the battlefield. Invitational card from I don't even know, 2003 or 2 or something.
Yeah, certainly a long time ago. Yeah, Sylvan Safekeeper and then Dark Depths. Dark Depths feels like it. I mean, that kind of feels like an invitational card as well. Who came up with this?
Dark Depth invitational card? I don't remember.
No. I'm just saying it feels like it could be.
Oh, okay.
It's certainly a little unusual.
There was this idea of like Lucky Man's Cavern, which eventually turned into Gamestone Cavern when that was an invitational card. Okay.
Yeah.
So we got our Hullbreacher here. Doesn't really do too much thus far, but yeah, I guess you could just like to try to randomly fire off a Days Undoing, but overall it's just like a thing we throw out because we had the mana, I would guess.
I mean, if there is
annoying though.
If there is a Days Undoing, I mean, feels like something you could reasonably throw out here. You'd have all the mana in the world, and there you go. And
wait, where are the lands going? What am I missing?
No, you're missing the fact that Adam Wasburn is done. Yep.
Oh, I was hoping, like, I mean, you get a draw on the next turn, and that could be. I would have tried. Okay.
Well, 7 cards and 7 treasures, I guess, was more than Adam Wasburn wanted to deal with. So that will do it. And Zach Allen will advance to the top 4.